So what is the right time to right-size your property? It's kind of an interesting concept. So there's a number of things that I've seen happen over the years with sellers that want to leave. Their families or their grandchildren are located out of the area and they want to be closer to them, so they're selling. They're in a retiree position. They've got lots of equity in their home here, so they're relocating either in California, or a lot of them are out of state. Hello everybody, I'm Debbie Indihar Giordano of Master Brokers. Welcome to our mid-November video. Today's Veterans Day, so happy Veterans Day to all those that have served. We honor your service to our country. And on that note, we're talking today about some articles that are recently put, one in the Milpitas Post. It's the risk of waiving contingencies in the Bay Area home purchases. And the other article in the San Jose Mercury News is about when is the perfect time to right-size your property. And we'll talk about what are some of the different aspects and reasons why sellers are selling. Then I'll talk about a closing I have actually tomorrow. Good news for that buyer, and then 4 new coming soons right here locally. So, and then we'll wrap up with another area of Milpitas of expertise that I have, and able to communicate with you what's going on in that neighborhood, and that's over in the Elmwood area, which is near the Great Mall transit area corridor, and what those properties tend to offer in terms of value. So let's dive right into the risks of waiving contingencies in Bay Area home purchases. Well, you know, there's 3 contingencies in a contract. One is the loan contingency. That's a buyer that has been pre-approved. I have a buyer that's looking actually today. We're looking in Fremont for a condo for a purchase for their daughter. The couple lives in Milpitas. I've been long-term friends of mine, and I've a former client. I've done some real estate work for them. So she's being loan approved and being underwritten for a loan. So we'll go in with a no loan contingency on our offer and our contract. Then the other contingency is appraisal. That's a little riskier now that values have gone up higher than what, in fact, about 30 to 40% of all closings right here in Santa Clara County are higher than the list price. And so appraisals run the risk of not being able to appraise at that contract value. So buyers have to be prepared to close that gap of the appraisal and the contract value. That can be done in other various ways. Either raise the loan limit, their loan value, or bring cash down to create that gap and close that gap. So in essence, what I'm saying is that releasing the appraisal contingency tells the seller, as a buyer, that they're willing to pay whatever the contract value is for that home, irrespective of what the appraisal comes in. And then the third contingency is the inspection contingency. That's pretty easy to waive. In the terms of all the properties that the sellers are selling. They do pre-sales, which I do on all my listings. I have a property inspector that looks at the property and looks at it from top to bottom, including the foundation, and then a termite inspection that reveals whether there's drywood termites, which are the ones that fly from house to house, that you need a tent to cure, and then there's the subterranean termites, which are the ones that bury under the ground. So most all the disclosure packages for the sellers, and at least mine included, come with those inspections. So those are the 3 contingencies. I don't really see much to be a problem with our area in having those non-contingent offers due to the fact that there's such a high demand right now for properties, and you need to stay in a position where you're ready to move forward and quickly and in a non-contingent offer status. So what is the right time to right-size your property? It's kind of an interesting concept. So there's a number of things that I've seen happen over the years with sellers that want to leave. Their families or their grandchildren are located out of the area and they want to be closer to them, so they're selling. They're in a retiree position. They've got lots of equity in their home here, so they're relocating either in California, or a lot of them are out of state, going to where their families are, and so they can be closer to their families more on a day-to-day basis, and I like that. The other reason is a lot of homes are 2 stories, and as you age, that gets a little difficult to navigate the second story. So a lot of sellers that are retired and getting on in age want a single family or a ranch style home that don't have the stairs. So that's another reason for wanting to sell. The third reason is economics. They've outgrown the home. It's too large. They've raised their family, and it's actually a lot of home to maintain, which is an economic burden. And they want more of a carefree lifestyle. They want to travel, have a little bit more freedom. So a lot of them downsize into a much smaller home, into a more easily manageable community. I've noticed some sellers over the years have gone to these Del Webb communities, which are 55 plus older. You have to be that minimum age to buy in. There's a HOA, which is a homeowners association, but they actually maintain all the property on the development. So it does become a much more easier, carefree lifestyle. So if you're into that realm or into that bucket and you want to right size your life and downsize on your property, give me a call. I'll give you my number now, 408-945-8988. We can talk about what we need to get your home locally here ready to move and get you out of this market, and then you can choose where you want to go to have your new property located. Closing tomorrow, I'm pretty excited. So it's 1718 Silverwood Drive in San Jose. It's in a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood, older established neighborhood. My buyer actually paid a little bit more than asking price, and the home did appraise. The list price was $1,798,888. We were able to get into contract for $1,825,000, so not much more than the list price. I told them that I thought that would be a good offer, and the seller accepted it right away. We didn't get a counter. And this particular property, it went on the market and it went through a full weekend without an open house, and the buyer's agent was ready to prepare for an open house that coming weekend. We picked it up on a Tuesday. I showed it to my clients Tuesday night. By Wednesday night, we were in the contract. We gave them an offer Wednesday morning after reviewing disclosures, non-contingent, over asking price, and the seller took it. They were actually on their way to a vacation for 12 days, and they didn't want to bother with having the open house or having to look at other offers. So we came in at a good price that they were looking for, and they just took it. So that's kind of an exciting approach to take from a buyer's perspective. I don't typically work with buyers, but these were buyers that I met at an open house that I had on Shiloh Avenue. And they want me now to list their townhouse in San Jose, which is one that we'll be talking about that's going to be coming up probably early spring, about February. So right around the corner I have coming up 168 Woodland Way in Milpitas. It's a located in the Pines area. It is a 5-bedroom, 2.5-bath, well-maintained property, about 6,496 square feet. There's actually a bedroom and bathroom downstairs. And then it's got a huge private backyard, very well-maintained. And we'll be having that on the market around November 23rd. It'll be available to see. So we're wrapping up the rest of the detailing this week, getting it prepped, and some new carpet next week, professional cleaning, my stager, and then photographer. And we'll run through the Thanksgiving weekend without an open house, but I'm going to catch the open house on the following weekend. So it'll be on MLS, ready for seller agents to view it during that Thanksgiving weekend, and then I'll do one weekend open house, and offers will be due Tuesday, December 10th on that property. So I'll let you know how we did on that. And again, the price point is $1,698,888. And then right behind that, I've got coming 1697 Big Bend Drive in Milpitas. That's in Parktown. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,451 square feet. Seller is working on getting all the stuff detailed out of that house by the first week of December. Then I'm going to refinish, had my contractor in over the weekend. We're going to refinish the hardwood floors. They're beautiful. They're original to the home. New carpet in the living room and the family room. And then, of course, before we do that, we're going to do a fresh coat of paint inside. The kitchen cabinets were a little damaged, so we've decided we're going to freshen those up and paint all the kitchen cabinets white with new hardware. And the home should look very, very nice. And then, of course, professional cleaning and staging, just like I'm doing on the Woodland house. So that will be ready more toward the end of December or the first week of January. And the price point on that one is $1,598,888. That is in the Rose Elementary School and also Rancho Junior High was that one. And then that townhouse that I was talking about, that's with my buyers that I'm closing tomorrow in the home in San Jose. They now will be sellers, and they have a townhome in the downtown area. It is a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath, about 1917 square feet. I just saw it last week for the first time. It's really neat. It's built in 2014, very modern. There's a few touches we're going to make to that home, but that one price point will be $1,198,888. Has a 2-car garage and a low HOA fee, so that one is something to actually really, really watch for. And then 390 Monmouth Drive in Milpitas. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, approximately 1,775 square feet, 6,099 square foot lot size. Great established neighborhood. That's right around the corner from Rose Elementary School. I'll be seeing that seller in about a week and a half, and hopefully I'll be able to give you a timeline on that one. We're waiting to set the price on that one when we do view that. And then last but not least, I have 1351 Admire Court in Milpitas. That'll be available about March of next year, March to late March. So that's quite a ways down the line. Talking to that seller, they're out of California area. They've had this as a rental for quite a long time, and they're considering selling at this time. So it's a 5-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,700 square feet, 2-story. It's in a court setting, and then we'll talk about that as it comes up. So it's a great time to sell. And if you're thinking of getting your home ready, probably a little too late for 2024, but certainly not too early to start in 2025. So a great way to reach me is through my website, debbiegiordano.com, and there is called a Contact Me tab right there on the left side, and you can contact me directly through the website. And interestingly enough, when you're on the website, please look at my Master Brokers video, which is a great 3.5-minute video that gives you an opportunity to look at who my team is, what they do, and how we work conjointly with the seller to make the business of selling their home a much smoother and easier process. And then I'm going to close today talking about the Elmwood area, which I expressed earlier in the video. So that's near the, it's on Able Street. They're basically townhomes, but they're beautiful. They were built in different eras, starting in the early 2000s, all the way up into most recently in the middle 2015, 2017. There are various HOA dues. Some are as low as $350 a month, and some go as high as a little over $600 a month. But the best news is the location. They're located right near the Great Mall, which is near the BART station. So if you're having to commute to San Francisco, you might want to consider moving into that area and just basically by foot. You don't even have to drive to the parking area there at BART, but you can just jump on BART and head right down into the North Bay there in San Francisco area. It's also close to light rail. If you want to commute down and avoid 237 in that area, you can commute by light rail back into the high-tech area there in Sunnyvale and Santa Clara. And then, of course, the shopping there is Trader Joe's and I think there's a Starbucks there, so there's some really cool things to also get to by foot. Some of the apartment buildings that are for rent, and then some of the condo areas, they actually have top-level parks and swimming pools and spas. So it's kind of a real all-inclusive kind of area to live. And the price point is usually around the high 900s to a little bit more than $1 million. So some of the larger units are like 1.2 million. Then the last but not least, the really nice thing is that new elementary school, the Mabel Mattis Elementary School that's brand new, that services that area, which is very, very desirable. So if you're thinking about that or want to look in that area, give me a call. So last but not least, I'll close to wish everybody a happy Veterans Day. And we'll look forward to taping next week and bringing you the final area of Milpitas, which we're going to talk about is Foothill Estates, which is up near, as they say, the Foothill area in Milpitas, and talk about those price ranges and what those homes up there have to offer. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.